What's up, folks? It's Foster here. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. It's Monday, which means we have more FIFA 22 custom tactics for you. That's right. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 4-3-2-1. It's a formation we covered only a few weeks ago on the channel, but since it's transitioned over to next generation, attacking is a bit more tricky with the defensive AI, and I tested a mix of formations over the past week and landed on this one as being the best formation right now for me, and will likely help you guys get some extra wins. So this is the team I'm now kind of testing. We used a mix of different players throughout it, but we'll be able to show the system for you, the personnel you should use, and then the full tactics and instructions as well with some gameplay. It'll be timestamped down below, so if you do enjoy the video, please leave a thumbs up on it. It's greatly appreciated. If you're already, hit that subscribe button as well. The growth in the channel has been lovely, so thank you very much for that. And without any further ado, let's jump into the 4-3-2-1 custom tactics. And I am gonna have to flex it, man. We got 11 wins yesterday. We got a little bit of a red Mbappe. I've got that clip down. I'll link it down below for the clip if you want to see how we packed him. It was a bit nuts, I'll be honest, to get a 2.8 million coin player for 11 wins. The best reward for probably one of my worst weekends ever. But that aside, 4-3-2-1. We're going to run a balanced defensive style with 37 width and 67 depth. I'm still keen on the high depth, but we dropped it down from 70 that little bit. Yeah, it's at that point in FIFA where I'm just throwing in random numbers, seeing how they go and adjusting them. I landed on 67 this week, and it worked quite nicely. It gives me enough depth, but it means my team isn't overstepping too much and getting penetrated by through balls heavily. The 37 width is because I kind of wanted the fullbacks to be a bit tighter to the centre backs when defending, because I had people on hug slide down, which you'll see anyway. So putting the width down and keeping it narrow was nice for the defensive side of things. So I forced him to run the ball wide and try and cross it in or try and cut inside. But at that point, I had plenty of people back. On the offense side of things, we're playing balanced and direct passing. I said it in the last week's video. Direct passing is kind of like the only thing you can run now, along with balance. So it's the best option. You're probably going to see it in most of the tactics moving forward, unless EA put out a patch that drastically changes things. And build-up play, you can still use a mix of like fast build-up, long ball, and balance. I was balanced this week, and I really liked it with the system. Obviously, a 4-3-2-1, it's like a 4-back line, 3 central midfielders, and 3 high attackers. So maybe like not playing like fast build-up or like long ball, and then having the team too stretched. Balance worked perfectly for it. 47 width, 5 players in box, and 2 for the corners and free kicks. It worked really nicely. Personnel-wise, my current setup isn't perfect for it. Basically, what I would do here is I'd be replacing Guerrero with an attacking centre midfielder or a cam that has good enough defending stats, which is plenty off now to play here. Basically, like I had Verts playing here for a lot of the gameplay, and it was pretty much bang on perfect. That new Gareth Bale card could play here, but I'd rather have him in the attacking third. Essentially, your backline stays the same. You don't want to change too much. You want an actual defensive midfielder in the middle. You then want a box-to-box player that has the ability to like get, if he has a chance, he can score. And then you want an actual attacking player on the left-hand side of things. In the top 3, you just run 3 attackers. I had been running Spinazzola, where Verratti is, and Guerrero, where Spinazzola is, with Verts at left centre mid, and that was the combo that worked really well for me. Obviously, since I backed to Mbappe, I've had to change things around a little bit. On the instruction side of things, the keeper is on balance default. I'm not going to change anything, and the same is for the centre backs. Same as for the centre backs, we're going to have them fully default too. Don't want to change anything. Our left back is going to be fully balanced, as is our right back. We don't touch anything in the back line, which is, it has been quite some time since I've said that. So we literally don't touch the back line at all. What I found in general, this is specifically for the full backs, because of how the defensive AI is at the minute, you can get away with, don't put them on like step up and during the attack, but you can get away with them being balanced and attacking naturally because of how the defensive AI is. They're still just going to drop back and defend for you when it happens. So you can get away with running both on balance. Our central midfielder is, I say, this is where I have to run an actual defensive midfielder who still has good passing, good dribbling, and maybe the chance to score when they get into the box. Verratti and Spinazzola are both really good examples of that. They'll just stay back while attacking and cover centre. Obviously, with them being a central midfielder and not a central defensive midfielder, they won't sit as tightly to the centre backs, but it basically offers that roaming presence in front of the back line. Honestly, I really enjoyed Spinazzola for it because he's got the stats. If I want to pull him forward, I can. His dribbling is really nice. Basically, 99 pace players, or close to 99 pace players here with good defending stats. So I say great defending stats at this point in the game. Just work an absolute treat. Your right centre midfielder is just fully default, which is something I normally I'll have like at least one thing tweaked here, but I was running Guerrero in this position on fully default. He was just up and down the pitch for me. It worked really nicely. I wouldn't change anything about it. The left centre midfielder though, that's where you go get forward and get into box or cross. As I said, and this is where I had Florian Wirtz playing. So this was someone I actually wanted to drive in and have a chance to score goals with. On the note, my right centre mid picked up a few goals for me as well and a few nice assists just on that fully default balance system. So I find like this combination of all these instructions meant that my fullbacks would go forward here and there. It'd be nice. Guerrero would then cover this. My right centre mid would then cover my space for me when a fullback went because they're unbalanced, they're neutral. And then like I just always had this attacking outlet with my left centre mid, which then created a triangle between like the left forward and the left back, which was really nice. In the attacking third, then what do we go for? Well, we go get in behind and stay forward on the left forward, and we go get in behind and stay forward on the right forward. A little bit unusual to have the stay forward applied here, but essentially, like I've said again, the defensive AI is dropped back on next gen, and the only way to somewhat combat that is put them on stay forward, and even then they still come back a decent amount. So it's kind of like they're going to come back a little bit anyway, but put them on stay forward because I want to be able to get the ball up to them and maybe counter attackers. It gives better options for build up, I find, because if you don't have them to stay forward, basically they're going to drop in and play really close to like the midfielders and the fullbacks, which means when you're building up, like you've only got short passes to play. You don't have a lot. I don't even want to mean like long balls and like pumping it long. There's just like no medium to long passes that are available for you, and that can make build up tricky. So I find the get in behind and stay forward combo worked really well, both for attacking and build up senses. And then the striker is just stay central and get in behind. So no stay forward, but we want them to be making constant runs in behind and staying centrally on that matter. That's the custom tactics. That's the instructions. I love this system. We did only finish 11 and 7, but it's like that point of FIFA. I'm kind of just playing for fun now. We're not stressing too much over the 14 wins. So if you're anyway good at this game, you'll be able to use these tactics and get good wins. But we'll flick over to the gameplay now for you guys, and you can get an idea of how that works. We'll probably start off with some of the clips from the stream, and then we'll go into me breaking down the gameplay. So that's a chip shot street. I'm pretty sure that's why I went with the chip. Maybe I should have just gone full power. Verts is fighting for the badge here. Silas again clean through, turn. Bits. Silas is different gravy. Nice ball through though, so we are getting space. Inyo, take that on your. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely play. If it's first and second and like title race is still on, then yeah, there's gonna be fucking flares. It should be a big atmosphere though. Oh, it's just different groovy. I have 5 games in total recorded for this. It's just going to be a case really of I'm going to go through, pick the best goals and examples I can. This was a 5-2 rage quit, so we should get plenty of attacking examples in here. Obviously, you've seen some Twitch clips already from the streams of the attacking examples. And then really, I want to show a few of the goals we can see it so you can get a bit of an idea. Obviously this goal stems from a corner, but it gives a good idea of like how the central midfielders work together. Obviously the team's going to try and go back into shape. We had Verts as our central midfielder who's going to be on get forward, and the whole thing why I want an attacking player here is because you're going to get this situation to pick up the ball, and you're going to need nice dribbling and nice finishing and the ability to play a pass. Verts has all of that, and we'll be able to go 1-0 up. This is the goal we can see here. So you can see defensive wise, obviously I've pulled a player out here, but you can sort of see the shape. We've got our 4 defenders. You can see that. I'm moving my mouse over them now. That's fullback, centre back, and then your other fullback. You can see the midfield trio here. So this is Spinazzola in the DM role. You can see where he's on stay back. He sits a little bit closer, gives a triangle option to the centre backs. But then it also creates a triangle with your left centre mid and your right centre mid, which I quite like then for the passing outlets. And then you've got your front 3 who are going to be on stay forward. The striker isn't on stay forward to note, but you'll see that they don't really drop back too much. He's going to come back but not rush it. I think we really just get hit with a through ball here, don't we? He plays it down the middle nicely. I move Gomez in a really poor manner. He gets through a ground shot and it's 1-1. If you drag people out or you make poor movement decisions, that's what you're going to get hit with in this system. You don't have that like reliability of the 3 centre back system where you've got plenty of people to bail you out. This whole like transition here is really good. Obviously, I've been in the attack. I've played through. That was Schmelzer who got forward there, the left back, and now we're in the defensive situation. Now I can chase back with Guerrero because he's on balance. He's going to roam there and support Spinazzola, but I managed to win the ball back with Spinazzola, and this is exactly what I mean with having like a 99 P, like as close to max out PS defensive midfielder can help so much, because this like pass, his touch is fine there, but Spinazzola is just so quick. I managed to nip in. I play it to Ronaldinho, and instantly, because the left forward and right forward are on stay forward, you can see like, if they weren't on stay forward here, Felipe Anderson would have probably been holding the space here. He would have moved around to the left and be sat here. But Ronaldinho would have been playing closer to Guerrero. But now, if I win the ball back, look at that. I'm instantly on a 4 on 3 arguably here. He has to cover the middle. We get it to Ronaldinho. I can play it across. I do take a touch with Felipe Anderson, and it's a nice little like chip over the top finish. It's a little finish, you know. Again, this is like how I've played a per pass. I've had the build up, and we don't have press here. But we are going to go and win the ball back. The defensive shape is actually quite nice. Verts, obviously, despite being like he's a cam and he's playing center mid. That's why you want some defender stats on them because they'll drop into those positions. But again, we're ready to build up. You'll see here, the fullbacks are unbalanced. You can see Schmelzer making the run on the top left. Pereira down here playing right back for me. He's making a run. Spinazzola's dropping in, and Guerrero is he's unbalanced, and because the fullbacks made this run, he's going to hold this space. So you always have like 3 to 4 people back defensively. First gets forward for us, and it's just a nice little goal. Honestly, that's the link up. Stilas is my striker in this case. Obviously, we've played it into him from Ronaldinho. Sent Ronaldinho on a run, so someone has to track that. This is where you want a strong striker. My issue last week was I had very weak players. You need at least one strong player in there. Verts then just holds the space really nicely, and this is indicative of what you can expect. Guerrero is going to stay back because he's fully balanced, but we've forced Verts to get forward, and these are the sort of outlets you're going to get from it, and it works really nice. It's just a nice, well-rounded system. The second goal, this guy literally runs up the gut. I would like to know, just watch it. I press circle here, and he just runs through Gomez's legs, and then it's a matter of, oh shit, I need to pull the keeper out. And he scores. You know, what more can I do? This is a nice little bit of play. Obviously, you can see the defensive shape that we've discussed again. In this case, Spinazzola had ran forward. Now he's going to track back in and hold the space. But Spinazzola had gone forward. Verts was holding the position nicely. Let's see. On the stay forward, it does mean you have this like trio of people forward for passing options. Yeah, managed with the ball Spinazzola. That one's like per pass on his part, but because we have these guys on stay forward, it gives us these passing opportunities. So we don't even have to pay a press or fast build up, but we can win the ball back with that core midfield and just have opportunities. I think it over to Stilas. I mean, it gets lucky with how it bounces off Virgil van Dijk, but you know, we go 5-2 up and then we end up winning that game. And then this is just the 2 corners, 2 free kicks example for you. If they do win the ball back, it falls to someone at the edge of the box. We turn to Ronaldinho. It's a beautiful finish. That covers the gameplay for the 4-3-2-1. So guys, that's everything you need to know about the 4-2-3-1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay and some clips from the stream. I feel like the stream clips can make it a little bit more engaging because it's actually me like live with me testing the tactics. But let me know what you think of the video. Like, all the feedback is greatly appreciated in this kind of thing, so drop those in the comments down below. If you did enjoy it, also leave a big thumbs up on it. That'll be greatly appreciated. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, because at the time of recording we're very close to 1400, so if we can hit that bar, hit that milestone, that would be lovely. But that's me for today. I plan on uploading a couple different shorts over the next day or so, and then we'll try and figure out a big video for Thursday. So next stream will most likely be Wednesday night as well. If you want to catch that, the links are down below. But guys, that's me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it gets you extra wins. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and goodbye.